when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them or are dragging on both sides, you cannot you cannot breathe. And these women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels, and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living.
What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
Everyone, thank you for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. I'm Adesuwa Osa Oage. The Yuletide is just around the corner and a lot is bound to happen. Plenty of waste are going to be generated and many people will not know how to manage this waste. They may end up in our gutters, end up in bushes around, end up even in front of your house. So how are we going to keep our state clean during this Yuletide season? That is why we have somebody in the house who's going to be talking to us. And we're going to be looking at environmental sanitation, a key preventive measure against disease. Whether you like it or not, diseases are bound to happen. How you manage it is a big concern. If you're careless about it, it's going to be a huge problem, not just to you, but to those around you. So join me this gorgeous afternoon as I make welcome Sanitarian Egwavoin Osazuwa is the Deputy President, Environmental Health Officers Association of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter. It's a pleasure to have you join us. And you really look like a sanitarian with a very, very bright white shirt and all of that. Thank you for joining us. All right, so today we want to look at the Yuletide. This is the number of ways that are going to be generated, how we're going to keep them. But before all of that, for the purpose of emphasis and for the purpose of this program, please tell us what environmental sanitation is and why it is crucial in preventing diseases.
Thank you, Madam Adesuwa.
If we leave it at Adesuwa, it will be fine. Let's leave it at Adesuwa. Thank you.
Environmental sanitation is a control of all factors in our environment that may exercise a deleterious effect
on man and its survival. That is what environmental sanitation is all about.
Okay. So why is it crucial in preventing diseases?
Yes, environmental sanitation is crucial in the prevention of disease because it is a preventive measure.
Okay.
It is not a curative measure.
Okay.
Before a disease can spread, you have to prevent before it can spread.
Okay, prevention is better than cure, right?
Yes, prevention is better, not only better, cheaper than cure. Because if a disease is already established in the surrounding or in the environment, definitely it will be very, very costly very costly to be able to cure. But because if it is still at the premature stage, you can be able to spend less to do the needful.
But unfortunately, people don't consider the environment when they are generating waste. People just dump waste anywhere they want. I know that there was a time we had this advert on radio, going on television and all of that, and even public, people using public address system in Edo on the need to keep our environment safe. But when you walk on some streets, you see open garbage dumps, so to speak. Is that what you call it? Two wall? Okay,
that is a what we call dwarf wall.
Okay, dwarf wall. Okay, you say it on almost every street, but it is open. The garbage are spilling out, and then we have birds everywhere that can easily go there to scatter, and all of this will end up on the street or end up in the gutters, and people don't really want to do anything about that until maybe sometimes you people come over to say, okay, this house is numbered for this and all of that. How do we curb all of that now?
Okay, like in every street or areas, there are waste managers assigned to each area.
Okay.
The one attached to area B cannot go to area C, except he or she is given the mandate to do that. But the attitude of the populace is also very, very negative towards the generation of refuse. In as much as the public has been told that they should register with waste manager assigned to their area. They are supposed to register waste manager. But those that are not registered waste managers, they will be sanctioned. And of which the dwarf wall you talked about, yes, let me put it as a point of emphasis. Edo State government has banned the use of dwarf wall because it has a tendency of spreading disease. Like rodent can go there to prey in that rubbish, and of which housefly can also go there to also prey. And you know, housefly is a mechanical vector that has the ability to use its airy body and its wing, its leg, to be able to walk in that refuse. And when that kind of housefly, infected one, goes and bring the germ into the food and water we drink and eat, definitely a disease is bound to occur.
Okay, but these dwarf walls are everywhere. I even saw about 2 or 3 on my way here, and these dwarf walls are opened. The waste is spilling out, and the owners are not even saying anything about it. So is there, apart from this, is there something, or should I say, is there a should there be stringent measures against all of this? Because you just said that Edo State are banned it, but it is still in operations in some places. So what do we do about all of these persons? Okay,
you know, when we see such dwarf wall, a notice to abate that nuisance is served on the owner or occupier of that premises. And of which, if the owner or occupier refuse to abate the nuisance, to comply to the terms of abatement notice, then a court summons will be served on the person, compelling the person to do the needful, to remove
legal
the dual. And also, as a point of emphasis, that dual, as I earlier said, it has been prohibited. The only approved waste bin is the one that has a tight-fitting cover and 2 handles.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, apart from this, what are other common environmental sanitation challenges in our environment, in our society, in Edo State, in Benin City?
Okay, the common environmental challenges in the urban area is, one, some persons will say they have not heard from the right source that, oh, they will not want to do the needful. You know, like environmental health officers, they are saddled with the responsibility of conducting routine house-to-house inspection in the surrounding, in any area that has been assigned to them. But unfortunately, if I tell you, the numbers of environmental health officers in Edo State is far, far below what is supposed to be. In an area, the approved number of environmental health officers that are supposed to man a particular population, according to WHO, is 1 health officer ratio 6,000 persons. But you end up seeing just few environmental health officers going around, and of which the health officer cannot be able to cover up that particular area. So in a situation like that, is a challenge to the profession. And of which we also like to use this opportunity to beg the government to engage more environmental health officers, because as I earlier said, prevention is better, far better and cheaper than cure. If we have, for example, we have about 40 environmental health officers in a local government, it is not too still far below standard. So of which we also do the same thing in Oredo, do the same thing in Ibadan. So we can be able to achieve
local government.
Yes, if you look at, you go to hospitals, you go to health centers, you see doctors, you see nurses, they are there. If environmental health officers are also employed, you see that the disease spread level will be minimal.
I remember vividly growing up in one area in Lagos. I don't mean to say this in a derogatory manner, but we had people who go to houses. They go to check your backyard, check your city. They just come, show your ID card, or some will wear uniform, and they will call them Wele Wele.
Yes.
You know? And it was really fun. It kept people on their toes, because once once upon a time somebody had poultry, and before you know what is happening, the Wele Weles came, and then all the stench and all of that. I think the man had a poultry, had a piggery too, so you can imagine the stench that was coming out on the street, and something was done fast. So I want to toe that line that if we have more health officers, I think we'll have a better say in this area. Now, let's take a very short break. When we come back, I'll come and ask you other questions. So we'll do a short break now. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. This is Elder Living, and we're looking at environmental sanitation, key preventive measures against diseases. And I've been talking with Sanitarian Egwavoin Osazuwa, who is the Deputy President, Environmental Health Officers Association of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter. All right, Sanitarian Egwavoin, although you have talked about the contribution of how poor sanitation can contribute to the spread of diseases in our environment. You have mentioned that with rodents and all of that. But for the purpose of emphasis, for that person who will want to be spoken to times and times again before they were here, can you just let us know how poor sanitation can contribute hugely to the spread of diseases in our environment?
Okay. let me also say this, that it is what you give to the environment that the environment will give back to you.
Okay.
If you give the environment a clean environment, it will also give you a good health. Okay. But if you give the environment a bad or a dirty environment, it will also give you a dirty environment or bad health. That is it.
You have just summoned it up nicely. Thank you. Now let's look at the issue of this. I don't know how to phrase it now. When you go to Ring Road around that Ibiwe area, I foresee an environmental disaster there someday soon, because the stench that emanates from that area can harm somebody. Do you know that most of us have to use face masks when we are walking through that area? Is that, I know that is already, is not under ego, but as a sanitarian, is there something you can suggest that can make that place at least, and people walk there, they live there, they sell, you see one woman selling bole at one corner here, that's roasted, she's always there. You know, people sell buns very close to the gutters and all of that. And human beings go there to buy and eat, and even stand there to eat, stand there to talk. And sometimes I wonder, is it that these people are immune to diseases and all of this smell? Is there something that the residents of that area can do? You know, that area houses shops.
Yes.
Shops all over that place. They don't stay there. They just come do their business and go away. Isn't there something that can be done? Can you suggest something? Because that place is a headache.
Yes, something can be done. I believe you are talking about that wastewater from
I don't know where the water
from their bedroom or from where they wash their hands. Definitely, the stench there. Notices have been served on the occupiers and the landlords,
okay,
to provide an effective soak away pit to arrest those wastewater, of which in no distant time the stench will be controlled. And if you see the area in question is a densely populated area,
honestly,
and of which you see
all of them, and people defecate in the open. You see bus drivers just come do their thing, and then you see some persons who just cover with wrapper, do the big one. You know, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's appalling.
I believe that open defecation is done maybe at night, and of which is an offense to do open defecation. Anybody that is caught, the person will be prosecuted and dealt with accordingly.
Okay, that reminds me. How many public bathrooms or toilets do you have in Ego?
Okay.
Because I'm still looking for, I have not seen one, because there was a day I went to Selu Market, I was pressed. You know, I had to quickly run to an eatery, because I asked people around, is there a bathroom here or a toilet where I can ease myself? And they said, no, you go far, or you enter inside the local government. I looked at the distance between where I was and local government. Thankfully, I was driving that day. I had to drive to the nearest eatery.
Yes, with special thanks to the executive chairman in the local government council. He has done very well by providing latrine. We call it latrine accommodation. Okay. Even urinal.
Okay.
In strategic places.
Within the market.
Yes, yes.
Only the market.
We have many latrine in all the markets in the local government, and of which, if you are pressed, you can easily go there and do the needful there. So I can really vouch for that in the go. We have public latrine.
What about water?
We have.
Water is another important.
We have adequate water supply in the local government council.
Okay, that's interesting. Now that you have said that, now, you know, when we're talking about waste generation, homes generate a lot of waste. And in some homes, the sewer system is broken. In some homes, they connect their bathroom water to the gutter right in front of their house, even the one that comes from their toilet right there. And then in some areas, you see them release their fish poultry water, pond water, and all of that on the street. Now, what measures have you put in place to manage such such incidences or behavior from residents?
Yes. I want to say, by the grace of God, we have tried our possible best. We have done a lot. If you really look at the incessant discharge of wastewater in time past, you see that it was so rampant.
Okay.
People just construct their poultry or their fish pond. They will be discharging wastewater into the public drain. We have stopped it. It is an offense, both individual and corporate bodies. Any corporate body or individual that is being caught discharging wastewater into the public drain, that person will also be prosecuted accordingly.
But people do it at random and nothing seems to be done about them. There are some streets where they permanently open their swimming pool water on the street.
Yes.
Causing problems for other passers-by and road users.
Yes, man. That's why most times we tell people, if you see something, say something. If maybe they are discharging such a thing in your environment, let the Department of Environment be aware in the 18 local government council. And if they are aware, they will swing into action, because we cannot be everywhere. Like as I earlier made mention, if for instance I am in a particular place in the new borough and I am working, I and my team, I can also be at the same place in Ubiogo, of which Ubiogo is in the door. So if we have enough environmental officers, this whole thing will be reduced, of which that is going to be the solution.
The few that you have, what impact are they making?
Yes.
Because if the few are making great impact, then you can say, okay, let's have more. What impact are they making? Because even as we speak, streets are dirty.
Like, I can really vouch for a local government.
That's your local government?
That is the local government.
Okay, that you are promoting.
Yes.
Okay, now, generally now, how can we promote environmental sanitation awareness as we wrap up? Because our topic is on environmental sanitation, key preventive measures against disease. So how can we create more awareness now so that everybody in the environment will know how important it is to keep our environment clean? Just as you said, what you give to the environment is what the environment will give back to you. So what is that thing that we should do to make the awareness concrete so that everybody will imbibe this cleanliness attitude?
Okay, the way we can be able to promote the environment is regular sensitization, educating the people on the need to keep the environment clean. Now that we are gradually approaching the Yuletide, and we'll be expecting influx of persons into the city, we need to also tell them on the need they have to keep the environment clean, because as I earlier said, it is what we give to the environment that the environment is going to certainly give back to us. If we have persons that will be coming to visit us, we should also teach them the culture, because it has to begin with me and you. There's what we call attitudinal change. The change of attitude should come into play if we must improve on the standard of the environment.
Okay, Senator Negwavoin, this is where I say thank you for finding time to be with us on the show. We hope to do this again, because a clean environment will definitely make you healthier. Thank you for your time. All right, people, the Yuletide is around the corner. Give to the environment what you want the environment to give to you. Bye-bye.
Certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Oh, my son, my dear. You will say, oh, my dear. Oh, we're not here. Is that where I give you? You're not over. Yes. You're not over. Yes. Where's it? Where's it? Oh, it's not here. Where's it? My dear. It's comment c'est papa de voici
ça m'a topé
Wayagi makpome samame Wayagi makpome samame
The Esama of Benin Kingdom thanked the new Edion for visiting him and advised them to always abide by the rules and regulations of their new positions. The Esama urged them to indulge in what will continue to bring development and progress to the community.
When I say it's your job, I wait to us and I know what I will
say. Papa.
Caliban, you know, no, we say, who paid you? Baba. Eko mwana sewa. Ewa ya lolote nete dirumwe asewa mako. Awe huwe nini. Ejo muhi. Ejo na wele. Ejo na pulupe. Ejo na mnumi ya kwa wabi wala. Wabi kwa ba. Ọjọ́ wèé kájẹ́dé nẹ́nà ya jẹ́wò yìí wọ́n rí gbé àjẹ́wò náà mọ̀ náà máa ṣe lọ́kọ̀ ayé.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello there. It's always my delight to have you join us every Sunday like this on a program News Review. I am Deborah Iviugbe from Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Our first report for review is on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who during the week on Diary Review presented the 2026 budget of 58.47 trillion naira to a joint session of the National Assembly with capital recurrent non-debt expenditure standing at 15.25 trillion naira. He presented the budget on Friday, pegging the capital expenditure at 26.08 trillion naira and putting the crude oil benchmark at $64.58 per barrel. In the same vein, we reported during the week on Diary Review that the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, presented the 2026 appropriation bill and budget estimates of 939 billion 850 million naira to the Edo State House of Assembly for consideration and approval. The budget tagged Hope and Growth is aimed at consolidating the gains recorded over the past 1 year and expanding developmental projects across the states.
While presenting the proposed 2026 budget of Hope and Growth, Governor Okpebholo said the appropriation bill seeks to expand the reach of his administration and restore the hope of Edo people in governance. Governor Okpebholo further stated that the 2026 budget will be funded through an internally generated revenue of 460 billion naira, FAC allocation of 480 billion naira, capital receipts and grants of 153 billion naira, public-private partnerships amounting to 146 billion naira, and other available revenue sources.
For 2026 fiscal year, the budget of Hope and Growth proposed a total expenditure of 939 billion 850 million naira only. Capital expenditure will be 637 billion, that representing 68%. Recurrent expenditure 302 billion, representing 32%. Edo State will continue to prioritize capital projects such as roads, schools, hospitals, water, housing, and economic projects.
Earlier, the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Abobaku, assured that the 8th Assembly would continue to partner with the Executive to ensure the successful implementation of the administration's SHINE agenda.
I know there will be hope for Edo people with this budget.
Some residents of the state also shared their views on the 2026 budget estimates.
With this budget of consolidation of hope and growth, we are expecting a lot of dividend of democracy.
I see prosperity. This is also in line with the SHINE agenda.
The governor had met well, and that all the per capita project and his vision of SHINE will take us there.
The 2026 budget of Hope and Growth, anchored on the administration's SHINE agenda, represents a 17.5% increase, amounting to 140 billion 30 million naira over the 2025 budget estimate of 799.8 billion naira. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, during the week on Diary Review, says it is set to establish a joint counter-terrorism force as part of renewed efforts to confront the growing threats of violent extremism across the sub-region. The chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States and Governments and President of Sierra Leone disclosed this while addressing the 68th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authorities of Heads of State and Government held at the Banquet Hall of the State House, Abuja.
The 68th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government was presided over by the President of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio. Nigeria as host nation was represented at the summit by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who stood in for President Bola Tinubu. Speaking, President Bio expressed deep concern over the activities of multiple terror groups operating across West Africa, warning that they continue to exploit the fragility of the region's border to carry out cross-border attacks and destabilize member states. According to him, the proposed joint security force is aimed at strengthening collective defense mechanisms and enhancing coordinated responses among ECOWAS countries in the fight against terrorism.
On behalf of this authority, I strongly condemn the unconstitutional change of government in Guinea-Bissau and the attempt to subvert the constitutional order in Benin. I commend the rapid mobilization of ECOWAS troops and air assets, with Nigeria taking the lead to safeguard constitutional order in Benin.
Speaking earlier, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Umar Aliu Toure, condemned coup in the sub-region while commending the effort of Nigeria in crushing the Benin Republic coup d'etat.
The regional response has been measured but firm, and the swift action of our heads of state shows their commitment to democratic values and stability in the region. Then came the unfortunate attempted coup in the Republic of Benin, which met with a swift and resolute action of ECOWAS led by the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Nigeria has remained at the forefront of regional diplomatic and stabilization efforts, playing a key role in ECOWAS' collective response to political crisis through dialogue, security cooperation, and respect for the rule of law. From the Old Banquet Hall, Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, I'm Ikaro Atta, ITV News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu John Wikondari said he inherited a badly managed economy but has, through several reforms, turned things around for good. He was speaking while hosting leaders of the Obia Kingdom in Bayelsa State at the State House, Abuja.
Receiving the Ogbia delegation from Bayelsa State, President Bola Tinubu assured citizens that his administration is committed to delivering lasting progress across all regions and defeating terrorism and other security threats across Nigeria. He also assured the delegation that his administration remains resolute in confronting terrorism, banditry, and other forms of insecurity threatening parts of the country. He said security forces are making steady progress despite the challenges. Further speaking on the national economy, the president noted that the nation's economy, which according to him was in dire state when his administration took office, has now turned the corner for good. He emphasized that the priority is to translate macroeconomic improvement into real gains for the people at the grassroots.
It's a joy to listen to go down the history of our discovery. But fortunately, recently, God has given us the opportunity. Commitment to duty, the love of the nation is noticed by all, including myself. You mentioned Jonathan. Jonathan is a very, very good leader. He's a good citizen. He's a good son of Nigeria and leader.
While acknowledging the historical marginalization of the oil-producing area, the president stressed that dwelling on past grievances would do little to alter its future prospect. President Tinubu called for a reshifted focus of the Niger Delta region to collaboration, determination, and measurable progress, urging the leaders of the Niger Delta region to look beyond years of neglect and work constructively with his administration to fast-track development in the region. He promised the delegation that his administration will work closely with Niger Delta indigene serving in government, particularly the managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Samuel Ogboku, to deepen developmental efforts in the region. From the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, I'm Ikaro Atta, ITV News.
A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in Gwaripa John Wikondari granted bail to the former Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Igige, who is standing trial on an 8-count corruption charges. Justice Maria Hassan adopted the terms of administrative bail earlier granted to him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The choir of St. Gabriel the Archangel Catholic Church, Benin City, led by the parish priest, Reverend Father Jerome Idebe, joined the growing list of choristers who held this year's Christmas carol service at the House of Igbenedion in honor of the Isama of Benin, His Excellency, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawao Igbenedion.
Melodious tunes from the St. Gabriel the Archangel Catholic Church Choir thrilled guests as they delivered powerful Christmas messages through songs. The first Bible reading was taken by the choir chairman, Mrs. Vera Okoli. The Executive Director, Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ubede Wonse, took the second Bible reading, while the choir master, Mr. Paul Odige, delivered a third reading taken from the book of Micah, chapter 1, verses 2 to 5.
The angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven and said, "By myself I have sworn, says the Lord."
The people who walk in darkness have seen a great light. Those who live in a land of deep darkness, on them light has shined.
After the fourth Bible reading by the immediate past chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Dr. Osaritin Nadege, the parish priest, Reverend Father Jerome Idebe, took the fifth reading and delivered a homily. Reverend Father Idebe explained that Christmas symbolizes the demonstration of God's love to mankind, noting that the Esama's love for humanity aligns perfectly with the true message of the season.
We are told in John 3:16, "And for God so loved the world, and he gave his only begotten Son, and all who believe in him will not perish but have everlasting life."
Angel Gabriel was sent by God to a town in Galilee called Nazareth to a virgin engaged to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David.
The event later featured native songs as the choristers proudly showcased the rich cultural heritage of the Benin people. In his remarks, the host and Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Benedium, reminisced on fond memories and requested old Christmas songs, which were uniquely and beautifully rendered by the choir.
All these characteristic new way of making Christmas, we are not used to it. We are used to play nowhere. Why you to take the old Christmas song?
Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Now moving on, the bond of friendship between the families of Pastor Saige Izeyamu, former secretary to Edo State Government, and Honorable Matthew Idoekime was further strengthened with the traditional marriage of their children, Osai Izeyamu and Harford Idoekime. The ceremony, which had the Esama of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Benedium, as Father of the Day, attracted notable personalities and politicians from different political divides. Among them were the Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, the Iyase of Benin, Chief Sami Bey, and other dignitaries.
It was a brilliant display of Benin tradition and culture as the father of the bride, Pastor Osage Izeyamu, formally handed over his daughter to her heartthrob. The father of the day and Esama of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Benedium, played a strategic and symbolic role throughout the ceremony. After the fulfillment of the marriage rites as required by Benin tradition and customs, the event later shifted to the reception venue for further celebrations. The lavishly decorated tent was replete with the who is who in Benin, a retinue of political leaders, religious figures, and members of the business community, including the Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, and several former deputy governors were all in attendance. The new couple later cut their wedding cake and thrilled guests as they took to the dance floor. Parents of the bride expressed gratitude to God and appreciation to guests for the successful ceremony.
Well, one of the happiest days in my life, giving out my second daughter in marriage. We must thank God for children and thank God to be alive.
Joy, my second daughter is getting married to her heartthrob, and you can see that we are all in a joyous mood.
It's from a noble family.
the Yasena family. You can see that I'm the head of the family.
My advice for them is that they should watch out for each other and avoid thinking about the fault of each other.
Bringing two prominent politicians, children together in Edo South Senatorial District is a good thing to Edo South politics.
Chairman of the occasion, Dr. Godwin Ehiyamusoy, remarked that the couple made wise choices, which was evident in the grandeur of the celebration, while guests also took turns to congratulate the young couple.
I want to emphasize the fact that it is out of your love and sacrifice that made it possible to be here.
Dignitaries and various groups present danced and rejoiced with the two families in celebration of the union. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Also in the week, we told you that the former two-time governor of Edo State and immediate past president worldwide of the Edo College Old Boys Association, ECOBA, Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion, was honored with the prestigious Excellence in Leadership Award by the Lagos branch of the association. The award was presented at the 2025 annual dinner and award ceremony of ECOBA held in Lagos State.
Confirmation of the Distinguished Excellence in Leadership Award conferred on the former two-term governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion, in recognition of his sterling leadership qualities as President Worldwide of the Edo College Old Boys Association. The award was received on his behalf by the Managing Director of Independent Television and Radio, Engineer Elvis Obaseki. Welcoming guests to the epoch-making event held in Ikeja, Lagos State, Chairman of ECOBA, Lagos branch, Mr. Charles Issa, said the association has in recent years recorded significant achievements, including the establishment of an endowment fund for students of Edo College.
Every year we sponsor prizes in Edo College to promote excellence in various disciplines, in academics, in sports, in various areas where Edo College can shine.
Chairman of the occasion, Major General Julius Osifo, while commending the immediate past president worldwide of the association, Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion, for his remarkable achievements in office, called on the leadership of the association to place greater emphasis on positioning students of the college for the effective use of artificial intelligence.
We are pleased to have honored our past national president, Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion, for his exemplary leadership of the School Old Boys Association in the past 4 years. Clearly and without a doubt, and I make bold to say that unequivocally, that Edo College Old Boys Association has risen to be the most prominent Old Boys Association in the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The awardee, former two-term governor of Edo State and immediate past president of ECOBA worldwide, Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion, represented by Engineer Elvis Obaseki, expressed appreciation to Lagos State branch of the association for the honor and urged members to extend the same support accorded to him while in office to his successor.
The award of Excellence in Leadership conferred on His Excellency Chief Lucky Nusaka Egbenedion is a testament to the good works he did, particularly under his 4 years as chairman of ECOBA worldwide. I'm still thankful to Lagos branch for the recognition.
Other awardees at the event include Mr. Andrew Lotu, who was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. Jimmy Omoagege, named Distinguished Old Boy of the Year, and Mr. Joseph Ahigbe, who also received the Distinguished Old Boy of the Year Award. The ECOBAT of the Year Award went to Olooko Ikechukwu Peter. There was also a presentation on the achievements of the association through the endowment fund by the LF chairman, Professor Samuel Akpata. Highlight of the event was the cutting of the anniversary cake. The ceremony was attended by several ancient and modern old boys of Edo College. From Lagos, Agbuji Horia, ITV News.
Also from Lagos State, we told you during Weekend Diary Review that the State Commissioner for Youth and Sport, Mobolaji Ogunlade, charged social workers in the state to continue ensuring that no one is left behind. The Commissioner gave the charge during a walk across the state aimed at creating awareness on the importance of social workers to societal development.
Social workers and staff of the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development sensitizing members of the public on the dangers of social vices and the importance of social workers in the society. Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogunlade, represented by Mr. Abiodun Dina, said the increasing number of people migrating into Lagos daily could negatively affect the state if not for the efforts of social workers.
A lot of families are displaced. So what the role of the social welfare department in the ministry is to provide support for the vulnerable member of the society. We have 15 social welfare homes and institutions that takes care of different vulnerable members of the public.
Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Pharmacist Toyin Okel Soyintolu, represented by Dr. Toyin Jayola, said the state has assured that vulnerable groups are included in all its development plans.
And for the great work we are doing in schools, in hospitals, everywhere, social workers, they are everywhere in Lagos State performing a very great role. So I want to thank all social workers that are serving humanity for the great contribution that they are doing.
Chairperson, Nigeria Association of Social Workers, Lagos State Chapter, Modupeola Saheed Adebambo, said social workers in the state operate across various sectors, providing support and care to those in need.
Well, social workers generally, and myself inclusive, we take care of the vulnerable. Provide services to vulnerable groups and populations in the society.
The team of social workers also visited the Lagos State House of Assembly as part of the awareness campaign. From Lagos, Agbuji Korea, ITV News.
In case you're just joining us, the program is News Review. We'll go on a quick break. When we're returning, the program News Review will continue. Please stay tuned. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the program News Review. Now, moving on. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, provided financial support of 200,000 naira each to 250 elderly persons in Edo State under the Renewed Hope Initiative Social Investment Program. The support was delivered on her behalf by the coordinator, Office of the First Lady of Edo State, Mrs. Edesili Okpewolo Anani.
The gesture by the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, was represented by Mrs. Okpewolo Anani, aims at improving the welfare of senior citizens and ensuring that the elderly continue to live in dignity despite prevailing economic challenges. She said the Renewed Hope Initiative places strong premium on social inclusion and care for vulnerable groups, particularly the aged, noting that the program reflects the First Lady's commitment to compassionate governance and people-oriented interventions.
As we approach the festive season, it is crucial to emphasize the importance of prioritizing our elderly citizens in our initiatives. They have walked difficult paths so that the younger generation may have a smoother road to travel. It is therefore our moral duty and indeed our joy to ensure that they live their twilight years in comfort, health, and dignity.
Some beneficiaries of the initiative expressed gratitude to the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for the timely intervention. They described the selection process as transparent and the assistance a life-changing gesture.
I appreciate this gift. Wonderful. I describe it. God is with her. God will bless her in Jesus' name.
Never see this chance. I never see. This is my first time. And God will bless them for us.
I'm very happy
and we use it to buy things for my family. We enjoy it together for the Christmas.
The support under the Presidential Renewed Hope Initiative's Social Investment Program serves as a key platform through which the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, supports vulnerable populations, reinforcing the federal government's broader agenda of social protection and inclusive development. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
And now to some religious matters. We told you during Weekend Diary Review that Christians were advised to imbibe the virtue of love in their daily lives as means of building a more godly society. The spiritual leader of Christ Chosen Church of God International, Senior Apostle David Unuefe, gave the advice during the 2025 Festival of Nine Lessons and Carols, organized by Independent Television and Radio in conjunction with Christ Chosen Church of God International, GRA1 Auditorium along Airport Road, Benin City, Edo State. The event themed Celebrating the Love of Christ reflected on a message of peace, love, and salvation associated with Christmas.
Christmas carols, which are songs used by Christians to joyfully announce the birth of Jesus Christ, originated in Europe during the Middle Ages. Over time, the tradition has grown into a cherished part of Christmas celebrations around the world. In keeping with this long-standing tradition, Independent Television and Radio, in conjunction with Christ Chosen Church of God, hosted a special 9 lessons and carol service. Some personalities read the 9 lessons and delivered goodwill messages at the event to the delight of the congregation. The managing director of Independent Television and Radio, Engineer Elvis Obaseki, appreciated Christ Chosen Church of God International for collaborating with the station to ensure a successful hosting of the event and reaffirmed the station's commitment to promoting the values of peace, love, and unity.
We cannot be Christians celebrating Christ if we don't love ourselves, if we don't look and preach peace amongst us. Christ remains the reason for the season.
In his sermon, the spiritual leader of Christ Chosen Church of God International, Senior Apostle David Unuefe, urged Christians to see the message of Christmas as an inspiration to live in love and serve one another selflessly.
As you celebrate the birth of Christ, please let there be love. One, love for yourself and love for your neighbor. Love for the job you do.
The event featured a quiz competition, performances by renowned church choirs, gospel music groups, and artists. Highlight of the celebration was the cutting of the Christmas cake by Apostle David Unuefe in company with the management of Independent Television and Radio, led by the managing director of ITV, Engineer Elvis Obaseki. There was excitement as a gift was presented by ITV and Radio to Senior Apostle David Unuefe. There was a special appearance by ITV and Radio's Father Christmas, popularly known as Father Paul, who distributed gifts to the congregation. Chairman of ITV and Radio Planning Committee, Egosa Agbonlao, alongside a member of the Church Planning Committee, expressed satisfaction with the success of the event.
I am grateful to the Almighty God for the success of this year's edition of the 9 Lessons and Carols.
The song and everything that inspired us, the 9 Lessons and Carols, was very fantastic.
Management staff of Independent Television and Radio present at the event included the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Lady Celerina Ojomo, Executive Director Operations, Chief Elder Ogbede Uwumose, Director Independent Radio, Dr. Dan Omozusi, and General Manager Group Commercial Services, Mrs. Odum Balogun, and Deputy General Manager Programs, Dr. Sonny Duke Okosun. From Benin, Osemudame Osage, RTV News.
With that report, we call it a wrap on today's edition of the program News Review. Do not forget to keep it at it next week Sunday, which I'll be bringing the program News Review again. I am Deborah Iviogbe for now. See you next week. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye for now.
certainly the best.
Hello and thank you for joining us on WIC, Women in Conversation, a place where we talk, where we discuss things that are affecting women, where we try to find solutions to those things that you might think there are no solution for, and a place where we discuss men just a little, because we had an argument behind the camera now, a man trying to make sure he sits on our head. But thank God we're able to stand up to him. And we're going to be having a special edition sometime next week or thereabout, where we'll be bringing in a man to discuss with us too as women. Anyway, I am not going to be doing this alone. I am Patricia Urumu Gabriels, but I'm not doing this alone. I have my women in the house. I have on my right Gift Okedo. Gift Okedo is a renowned banker. You're welcome, Gift. You know why I'm doing it? Because you stood up for the women today. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gift.
Thank you for having me again.
Okay, so and then I have Abigail Ojo. She is the CEO of Poised for Excellence Finishing School. We must finish school, that's what she's saying.
Thank you.
And so we have Helen O'Malley. Helen O'Malley is the CEO of M&G Enterprises. M&G Enterprises is a female and male fashion outfit. So you could just want to stop by her, in her office to find a Christmas wear for yourself or for your husband, even though we decide not to be talking about husbands here. But we just, try to give them gifts because we have the heart of love. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's just get the ball rolling. We're going to be talking about women and their money. It's very important. Very, very important. The way you said, Gift. The way you said, let me start with you. Your money, is it a general money? Or is it your money?
Okay. So, how it's supposed to be is that my money is supposed to be my money. Your money is supposed to be our money. But, that is how it's supposed to be. But, because of we are loving and understanding, we can now come to the drawing table and say, okay, this is it. This is all the finance that they have, and this is all this. I'll bring this, and then you bring this. So we agree. So for everything to go on smooth in the marriage, in the family, I think as a woman, that respect will come if you drop something on the table. You have that respect.
We always hear them say, what do you bring on the table? And I have a friend who said, I brought the children to the table. Which one did you bring? But anyways, how many percent would you want to drop?
Well, as much as my heart is willing to.
Not they speak good English.
As much as my heart is willing to, yes. I believe that we are in this together. Now, in this present time and age, one person can't do this alone, except I want to be widowed, early enough, which I don't want. So I have to make sure that I support in whichever way I can. And I feel that should be the case for every woman out there. It may not be much. And that's why I'm going to look inwards to what I have and how much I'm able to spare per time. But what I'm not going to really take is for a man to say, okay, there is this bill. I'm going to do a 50, you do a 50, or I do a 70 and you do a 30. No, I would want it to come from a place of love, a place of I'm willing to do this with you, not having that discussion, what are you bringing? When we begin to do that, I think the man is really coming down from the level where the Lord has placed him.
Okay. For you, can you open a joint account with your husband?
Yes, I would say yes, because I should be able to open a joint account with my husband, but I will have
there's always a but for woman money.
I will get my account.
There's always a but.
There should be that but, because that same but is what keeps most women in abusive marriages, because they don't have the capacity to take care of themselves, let alone the children, because they're solely dependent on the man. But if I have my own money, I may not be able to afford an A-class school, but I should be able to do a B, between B and C, something average that my children are learned. And that's because I have my own money. If he gives to me, oh, lovely. But even in the course of the divorce or maybe separation, for you to say that you're not going to drop anything because we're not together, my children will leave.
Yeah.
They will leave well. Maybe better than when we were even together.
Okay. She was saying something.
Yeah, I said I can.
Yeah.
But I have a joint account with my husband. But I will have my own account.
So it means you're going to be keeping some money secretly away from him, knowing that you have such
He might even know I have an account, but we don't know my statement of account or the amount in it or whatever. But he will know that I have an account.
Okay. A woman said a man with money will change a broke woman's life. But a woman with money won't even look at a broke man. How true is this?
I disagree. I disagree. Now, I've seen marriages where women, what's this, the English, bridge the gap. Probably the husband lost his job or something, and the woman stand up. There's so many.
That is after they are married. This is saying a man with money, just like, we're still bringing Regina Daniels in here, I'm sorry. Just like Ned married her. Of course, she wasn't that rich when Ned married her. So this lady is saying a man with money would change a broke woman, probably marry a woman from the street with nothing and change her to become a big girl. We have a lot of examples here in Nigeria. But she's now saying that a woman with money, a rich woman, will never want to look at a broke man. How true is this?
I think 80% is true. 80% true. Because, babe, I dey drive. No, wait. Let's look at it very well. Look at it very well. Well, I am a comfortable lady. I have my own money and everything. And then you, maybe later I feel can't agree, but you can't pass me with slippers. Can't say, hi, I love you. First thing, what will happen? I don't understand. From where to where?
Who is this?
Who is this? First
impression.
First impression is, who is this? Let's not bring Christianity into this thing now. First impression, I don't understand. See me see wahala. That's the first impression.
Definitely. For me too.
First impression will be, I don't get it. From where to where? But later, you can now start here and you might end up. But your first impression is from where to where. I'm sorry, that's mine.
What's your take on that?
For me, we all have different views. For me, I believe that beyond what a man stands for, like physically, in the material, what he's able to put together and what he has, that's not what defines a man for me.
Yeah, that's why I said
believe there is something that drives him, and I may be that vehicle that would drive him to that destination. Yes, I believe that God can use anybody for anybody.
Yeah,
okay, so if he is coming to me in the, should I say, through the path of marriage, and I see that I love him, I can see he has a vision, not just a man who has nothing and is not willing to do anything. If he has something that I'm able to sponsor, I'm able to fund, oh, why not?
I agree with you. That's what I said. I said first impression.
Yeah, she said,
I said later.
She used an example.
I said
she
first
said
impression.
She's driving.
Yeah.
She's a maid woman. And then one guy just slapping his slippers, passing along the road and saying, hello, I think I love you. Can I have your number? What will the first impression be?
You see the impression. Of course, yeah. So that's
excuse me.
But once we start talking and then I say, oh, there's something
more to this
There's
guy.
something there. You just need a push.
Exactly.
Fine.
Okay, we have had women who have pushed men, who have built men, because this saying is wrong. I have seen women who had, taken a man from nothing, just like you said, has a vision. Okay, this man has a vision. He has nothing to push his vision. Let me push his vision. And at the end of the day, they bring in a second wife, or they divorce, or they start cheating on her and start saying, you are not even my type. I married you out of pity. We have had such situations.
Yes.
What's your take on that? What would you advise such a woman today?
Well, there's a story, or there is an incident that happened recently. Well, a story per se, because I went through it, and it happens that the lady, she's the one that sponsored the guy. They are partners in Nigeria, and then she's outside the country, and then like that, she now brought the guy to a Western world, and they are there for some time. She works everything. She did everything for the guy. Look for job, sponsor everything. Is coming there, sponsor everything. Now it comes to green card, like he wants to get a green card and the rates and all of that. And then she's even determined to do it. Spend all her money. The day they want to do it, that's the next day. She just walked inside and saw the guy making call. She was just at the door, and then the guy was like, the lady was like, that maga, she don't already they do the paper don't already set. Like, now maga now. She don't already do the paper don't set. Like, before you say, I will just agree, we get married. Yes, latest 6 months, I'll bring you over. The lady overheard everything he was saying. He said it to his wife in Nigeria, that this same girl did not know about. That the same lady that brought him
already has a wife in Nigeria. 2
children. Was like, how is my boy? You know, like that. So she now got all. She stood, heard every of the conversation. That she was with him. He was with her for 6 months. So the girl, she didn't say anything. She just behaved as if she knows. She didn't even react. She just went back to a coffee shop. She took coffee for 2 hours. She was there, just brooding and all of that. Then the next day, this is what she did. The next day was the interview for the guy to get his green card and the rest. That was how she went and canceled the interview and did everything. And then, when he went to do interview, he said, no, the person that is sponsoring has cancelled, and the rest was like, how come, babe, what's happened? And then he was telling, now me be the maga now. Maybe now me be the maga where you talk say, and then she did everything, and in fact, deport the guy back to Nigeria.
Come and marry your wife.
Is she right or wrong? Our actions, what are we going to say about it?
Is she right or wrong? Is she right?
Well, for me, I think she's right. Yes, in that case, I think she is. Being human, she's right.
Okay.
But a refined human, when I say refined, I mean in God this time around.
Okay.
I would allow you. But I know definitely you'll pay for it. You can't, yes, you'll pay for it. I won't be the one to beat you to it, but you get paid.
I like the way the way Gift is doing.
That's
yeah, the way she's doing. What's your take on that?
So you will hear all those things, and you will go ahead and give him green card, and you will become the MAGA.
Well, no. I'm not saying being the MAGA is whatever now. What I'm saying is it's about me.
Okay.
I'm responsible for what I do, the actions I take. Whatever you make out of it is on you. And that's why I believe no 2 women are the same thing. And I think that's why we're here. We have different views. For me, I believe that if I don't do it, well, someone else will. If we've gotten it to that point where you have the interview just for your green card, oh, why not? Please go ahead. But I know within my heart of hearts, you will get paid.
Where are you from?
Please,
sorry,
I want to ask her a question.
Because if a man find out that he is the MAGA and you are using him, he will stop it.
I know, but the thing is, one thing that has driven me to this point is, if it messes up with my peace, it is pretty expensive and I cannot afford it.
Before we go on a short break, we're going to be going on a short break. I need to know where you're from.
I'm from Osun State,
Here in Nigeria.
Here in Nigeria.
It's nice meeting you. Anyway, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please sit. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're still on WIC, Women in Conversation. And we just found out where she's from. And she told us she's from Osun State. Osun people. Like giving her hand. Anyways, that is your perception, how you want to deal with that problem.
Yes.
Okay. How would you have dealt with it if you were in the shoes?
The same thing she did, the woman did. I would stop. Since I'm the MAGA and I don't want to be a MAGA, It's like someone telling you you're an idiot and you don't want to be an idiot. So I will tell you I'm not an idiot. And then I will stop it. Go look for another Magan, another idiot to give you that green card. Because you actually disrespected me. That is what it means. You think I'm foolish. You think I'm a fool. And then I have to let you know that I'm not a fool. Do you understand? You think you are wise. I have to let you know that I'm also wise. So you cannot use me and dump me, because that's exactly what he's trying to do. You don't use and dump. That is the highest of being disrespected.
Yeah. Do you know that you can actually complete that process
and
let him get the green card?
Love you.
No, I'm done with the love part. I just want to do the natural thing we've been doing, the physical stuff. Complete it, fine. But I would get to a point where I would let you know, I heard so and so conversation on this day at this time with this person. And you know, there is this fear that grips the guy more than denying him the interview. Like, you mean you had all this information right with you and you still went ahead to do that? It means there is something deadly inside of me that I not, probably show.
Sorry, on that aspect, some guys, they are the ones that will think that way, my sister. It's just some guys that can think that way.
2%.
It's not all, my sister. For me, on that aspect, as a Christian that I am, I will forgive you. But
After
you see that
the green card.
No,
you will not give green card.
I will not give the green card.
But I will forgive you.
I will forgive, normal,
Exactly.
forgive. But sometimes we usually say we forgive and then forget is something very, very. So I will always have the, see you around, stuff like that, because you are in my care over there. So seeing you around is something that I will not be able to take. So I will have to send you back. Go and stay with your companion that you are doing the magazine.
I like the way she said it, send you back. That will actually scar the woman for life. Because she would not be able to trust
She will not be stable.
Do you understand?
Okay, so you know what we're talking about that brought us to this?
Yes.
The woman and her money.
Exactly.
Okay, now the woman is the one that made the money and, helped him. And now he has disappointed her. Do you think that kind of woman would want to trust any other guy who doesn't have money and say, okay, let me build with this person? And he has something up there. Let me, sponsor him, build him. Do you think she will want to repeat that again?
She may not want to, but she shouldn't rule out the fact that she would still meet someone who would still come in that same light. And that's one thing. Like I always say, life has a way of testing your values. You preach this, you talk about this, you say this, you get tested for it. So if you say I'm the patient type, it's not you saying I'm patient. It is you acting out that patience when life is ready to test you. So for that lady, from this story, it means she has her own money. I can decide to relocate from wherever the guy is. It's your life, maybe I played my part and that's the end. I move on because I have my money.
All right.
Yes.
We would like to find out from you viewers what you would have done if you were in such situation. I would have brought him back. Take him away from Nigeria. If there's another place to take him to, trust me, I would have done that. That would have been my decision. Anyway, let's leave these women and money, because I'm sure the men that are watching will be like, women with their money. Nobody sees their money. You see our money. Sometimes we go to the market, we buy foodstuffs without asking you for money. So you see our money at all times.
Do you know that our money has actually, we spend it on the family more than ourselves?
Because it's shopping for the children without asking for it.
Asking for it. Yes. We buy things for you without asking. We buy things, we take care of ourselves without asking. And you were supposed to take care of us. Because if I go out and I'm looking all good, your husband is taking care of you. I'm giving you respect.
Honor.
I'm bringing honor to your name. So our money is also, we're also using it to take care of you. So it's our money. It's everybody's money.
Okay, let's move on. It's everybody's money. Is our money.
Yeah.
Our money is our money. It's your money. It's the children's money. Anyway, let's move on to something very drastic just before we round off this episode. Something very drastic. Let's talk about witchcraft in Africa and using Nigeria as a case study. Okay, a 50-year-old woman was killed and her 2 sons injured over alleged witchcraft in Jigawa State. She was beaten to death by a group of family members of a relative who has been bedridden, who, according to the eyewitness, consulted a native doctor for treatment and allegedly named the deceased as a person responsible for her illness. Is there really what we know or what is called witchcraft? Is there witchcraft?
We really cannot rule that out in Africa and as a Christian. We can't rule it out. I, for one, never used to believe in that something like that exists. But as you grow up, you experience things, you see things, you hear things, and then you begin to wonder. If I say this thing true, not true. If I say this thing truly did. Do you understand? So you growing up from a certain environment, you might actually not want to believe. But in Nigeria, I think I should say yes. I think there's something like witchcraft. Yes.
Yes, for me, I think it exists. Here in Africa, it does. There are powers. Yes. I'm not ready to share some experiences, but from those experiences, I can say that they exist. Yes, they do.
But you know, sometimes it could just be that you're just ill. It doesn't have to be that someone is making you fall sick. I think behind the camera, I was discussing it, and I remembered at some point, some few months ago, I couldn't raise up my legs. Okay, my legs were really, really bad. It was paining me. So if I was in a situation where maybe in a village setting or in a situation where I'm always scared, you know, there's witchcraft, I would have thought someone, but it never crossed my mind. I knew it was a medical thing and I needed help from a doctor. So I went to meet the right doctor and the right thing was done and it went. Okay, and then we have also seen situations in Akwa Ibom, Calabar, you know, where they throw these children into the bushes saying that they are witches. And then we know the white woman from the US who came and rescued them. Yes, thank you for reminding me her name. She rescued some of these children. Some of them are graduates now. Some are living with her in the US. If there's witchcraft, why didn't they kill her? That's my question. If there were witches like the society claimed, why didn't they kill her?
Kill the same woman or
the woman that helped them, yes.
And because I think because they don't believe it over there, kind of, and we here we feel these Western people don't believe it as well. We Nigerian or Africans, we feel those people there over there that came to rescue the children.
Yeah.
We here in Nigeria, we believe those people over there, that's the white woman that came.
They know better.
They don't believe such.
So
she now came as should I say, to rescue these children in her own perspective, the way she understands this. This is not what it's supposed to be. We don't believe in this kind of thing and all of that. I feel that's one of the reasons. And they cannot just do that to a foreigner here in Nigeria. It's not right.
You know, this particular topic, witchcraft is not something maybe sometimes you do physically. It is under a spiritual stuff, maybe atmosphere or something like that. And so sometimes people don't even need to see you physically before they do this thing.
Because we hear them saying it to them abroad.
Yes. I've heard stories, I've seen a whole lot of stuff. For me not to believe that witchcraft exists, it does. But one thing I stand on, and which I've held on to for years, is the Bible says, if your ways pleases God, He will make your enemies to be at peace with you.
Exactly.
So witchcraft to me, they're like my enemies. And if my way pleases God, He will make them to be at peace with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But thank you. Fine. But I am still asking.
That woman.
That same. The children. Yes. The children that were rescued from the bushes, they were thrown into the bush because they believed they were witches. Yes. And they were left in the bush to die. Okay? Yes. They didn't die. And someone came from the Western world to rescue them. Some of them today are doctors. I follow the stories. Some of them are doctors, some of them are living in the US, some of them are doing so well. Why didn't they harm this woman?
Okay, now I get your story. Now I get it. Well, for me, I believe that those children may not be witches. Now, for a community to do that to their children or any particular child, it tells you that that community is a cake and far from civilization. Even if you have a child, okay, let's say, for example, we've actually noted, we've tested everything, and we can tell that this child is a witch. For every civilized community or environment, they would take the child to probably those who can help cast out the demons and do stuff like that. The fight is not against the child. It should be against whatever demons. So they should take the child to the authority in charge of that instead of throwing them away. So that community first is archaic. They are far from civilization, and I don't think we should be expecting so much from them. Really.
Okay, then, how do you now identify who, according to you, is a witch?
Oh, well,
It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. Yeah, it's a spiritual thing. It's not something.
There are so many people that they would interpret this thing in different ways. Now, there are some people that you don't hate them, but naturally you don't just like them.
Yeah.
Now, when you don't vibe together, when you don't move together, they believe, for this person not to like me, she must be a witch because I carry light, I carry God in me. You don't know you carry something else inside of you. You understand? So for me, there is no free template to say, when you see this, then it means this person is a witch. No. And for that community to have killed that woman, if we bring it to the religious setting, you will hear a few religious authorities say, even the Bible says, suffer a witch not to live.
Okay, so you are saying,
which I don't agree with.
Okay.
Yes, because God coming to, Jesus Christ coming to save us. He came for everybody, regardless of who you've been. A witch, a wizard, a prostitute. He came for everyone. So he came to destroy those powers working in you. He loves you as a person. That witch is loved by God. But he has come to fight that power behind that behavior, or maybe whatever it is that we are doing. So if let's even say those children be thrown away. Now a white woman have come to rescue them, and they're doing so well now. That only points to one thing: those children are not witches.
We're going to be rounding off by your talk. What do you think, or how do you identify a witch in 1 minute?
I really don't think a witch can be identified by just looking at them and this is a witch now. In fact, a witch can be the nicest person.
Prettiest. Exactly.
Might even be, not even prettiest, nicest. Like they can be very good. But you don't know who that person is. So it takes the grace of God. It takes you being actually spiritually in tuned to actually
to discern.
To be able to discern. How do we discard witches around us? Prayers? Cursing them, casting them.
Prayers.
I believe in prayers. I believe in prayers.
That's
will.
Yeah.
Yes, because it brings you under the shadow of the Almighty, and nothing evil can come in that space. That shields you.
It brings us under the shadow of the Almighty. Thank you for joining us on today's WIC. We talked about witches. I'm still not understanding when someone is called a witch. I will try to understand it properly, but I'm still not understanding it. I hope next time you guys can join us to make us understand who a witch is really and how we can identify a witch. Thank you for joining us on today's WIC. I'm Patricia Ewing.